Welcome back to the Skift Daily Briefing. It's Thursday, April 16th. I'm Sarah Dandashi, and today, yes, we're revisiting the United American mega merger chatter we touched on yesterday, but with a bit of a different lens. What it tells us about airline strategy under stress. Plus, Hilton's CEO is still making a bullish 2026 case for hotels, and the AI travel stack fight that is officially no longer theoretical. Let's dive in. First up, the United American idea. But round two. And here's the angle we care about today. Yesterday, we talked about the headline impact. This would be the biggest airline merger in over a decade, potentially creating the largest carrier in the world, and it would face serious antitrust scrutiny because of the route overlap and, of course, hub dominance. But today's question is a little bit simpler. Why is this being floated around at all, and especially right now? Because it's a stress test signal. High fuel costs and volatility don't just change ticket prices, they change the power of dynamics. Scott Kirby has been pretty blunt that weaker rivals with weak balance sheets get squeezed first, that United expects to be in a position to pick up assets. So even if the merger never happens, it's a message to the market. United is thinking offensively while others are thinking defensively, and it's also a reminder that the airline industry is constantly trying to solve the same riddle. How do you grow, control costs, and keep pricing power without regulators stepping in? The bottom line here, the merger talk is less about romance and more about leverage. Leverage with competitors, leverage with regulators, and leverage in a high-cost environment. All right, our second topic here, Hilton's CEO is still pushing the bull case, even with the Iran war disruption and early World Cup softness. Now, Chris Nassetta is basically saying 2026 beats 2025 for hotels, and he says he feels more confident now because he's seeing stronger data, particularly in the U.S. mid-market. He's framing it as a reversal of the K-shaped pattern where luxury was fine and everyone else lagged, and pointing to improvements in mid-market brands, midweek business travel, and the kinds of properties that actually make up the bulk of the U.S. hotel map. Now, he's not ignoring the risks, obviously. Middle East volatility is very real. He's openly said that the World Cup doesn't look as strong as he had hoped, and he also notes that big event bookings can come in late. But the takeaway here is that if the mid-market really rebounds, it lifts the whole sector. But the World Cup and Middle East remains the swing factors. And our third topic for today, the AI travel stack and the uncomfortable question OTAs can't dodge anymore. Who's betting on owning the model layer? Who's betting on orchestration? Who's betting on product? And who's quietly building the legibility layer, all underneath it all, making travel's complexity readable to any model? And the punchline is the one that should keep travel execs awake. If the OS layer, your phone, your browser, your default assistant, become the place where reasoning and decisioning happens, then it may not matter how good your app is, the traveler may never open it. So here's the headline. AI isn't just adding features, it's changing who gets to be the front door. Well, that's it for your Skift Daily Briefing. For more travel industry news and analysis, head to skift.com. And as always, subscribe at skift.com/daily. Thanks so much for listening.